Ladies and gentlemen, when we choose to keep our ambitions and goals private, we create a quiet space where confidence can grow undisturbed by outside opinions or the pressures of others' expectations. This isn't about hiding who we are or what we want, but about giving ourselves the freedom to explore, make mistakes, and adjust our path without the watchful eyes of others. In a world that constantly invites us to share every detail, choosing silence around our dreams is a powerful act of self-preservation and strength. Building confidence in silence means taking ownership of our journey, embracing the highs and lows privately, so that we can learn from them in a way that feels personal and genuine. By keeping our goals close, we avoid the need to justify our choices to anyone else. There's no explaining why we're on this path, no defending our reasons or worrying about what others think. Instead, we're allowed to focus on understanding our own motivations, refining our vision, and deepening our commitment. This sense of ownership builds a foundation of confidence that's based not on outside approval, but on our inner sense of purpose and direction. When we avoid discussing our plans before they're fully formed, we give ourselves the space to experiment without fear of judgment or criticism. We're not bound by the version of our dream that we've shared with others. We're free to evolve and adapt as we learn more about ourselves and what we want. This freedom to explore in private means we can develop our goals and plans with a flexibility that builds resilience. We're not rigidly sticking to a story we've already told. We're writing that story as we go, allowing it to unfold naturally and authentically. Silence also creates a buffer between our dreams and the often harsh realities of other people's opinions. When we keep our ambitions to ourselves, we're less likely to internalize doubts or negative feedback from others. This doesn't mean we ignore constructive criticism, but it allows us to choose when and from whom we seek input. By selecting voices we trust, we cultivate an environment where our confidence can flourish, rooted in thoughtful feedback that aligns with our values and aspirations rather than in a chorus of opinions that may not understand or support our vision. Furthermore, building confidence in silence teaches us to trust ourselves. In moments of self-doubt, it's easy to look outward for reassurance, but when we commit to our path quietly, we learn to find reassurance within. This inner validation becomes a powerful tool, giving us the courage to persevere even when the road is tough. We come to rely on our own judgment, learning to weigh risks, make choices, and trust that we're capable of handling whatever comes our way. This self-trust is one of the deepest forms of confidence, one that can't be easily shaken, because it's not built on others' perceptions but on our own inner resolve. As we move forward with our plans, building in silence helps us to value progress over approval. Instead of seeking recognition at every milestone, we learn to celebrate our growth internally, savoring the journey for what it teaches us. We become less concerned with impressing others and more invested in what truly matters, our own satisfaction and sense of accomplishment. This intrinsic motivation fuels a confidence that's far more enduring than external validation, one that keeps us grounded and focused even when the rewards aren't immediately visible. In the end, building confidence in silence is a powerful act of self-respect. It's a choice to nurture our dreams with care, honoring the work we put in without the need for constant acknowledgement. It's a quiet but transformative approach, one that allows us to become strong in ways we might not even realize until we look back and see how far we've come. Guarding our energy and focus is about recognizing that these resources are finite and incredibly valuable. In a world filled with constant distractions and demands for our attention, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. When we scatter our energy by discussing our goals too openly, or by letting ourselves be swayed by others' opinions, we risk diluting our purpose. Guarding our energy isn't about isolation, it's about strategic preservation, understanding that every ounce of our focus is crucial to making our vision a reality. Energy is like a fuel tank, and when we use that fuel to talk about our plans rather than acting on them, we're left with less energy to actually bring those dreams to life. Every conversation about what we plan to do can subtly drain the excitement and motivation that initially fueled our goal. It's as if we're letting out little bits of energy with each word, leaving less behind to drive us forward. Instead, by guarding our energy, we conserve that motivation and keep it close, allowing it to grow stronger within us, fueling us for the long haul rather than fleeting moments. Focusing on our goals also means creating boundaries around what we allow to distract us. It's all too easy to get pulled into other people's agendas, opinions, or even negativity, which can take our focus away from our own path. By intentionally deciding what we will and won't engage with, we protect our focus like a shield. This means learning to say no to things that don't align with our goals, even when those things might be tempting or seem rewarding in the short term. Every time we decline a distraction, we're saying yes to our deeper purpose. When we protect our energy and focus, we create the mental space needed to dive deep into our work. Rather than being pulled in multiple directions, we're able to zero in on the actions that bring us closer to our goals. This single-minded dedication helps us make meaningful progress rather than surface-level achievements that don't satisfy us. It's about investing time and energy in the tasks that move the needle rather than scattering our attention across multiple things that don't add up to real growth. Guarding our energy also allows us to manage our emotional reserves, which is just as important as managing our physical or mental stamina. Working toward a meaningful goal can be emotionally draining, especially when faced with setbacks or obstacles. When we keep our plans close, we save ourselves from the emotional ups and downs of external reactions, whether positive or negative. Instead, we remain focused on our own internal drive, using our emotional energy to fuel resilience and adaptability. This emotional strength gives us the power to stay the course even when things get tough, as our focus remains on what we're doing, not how others perceive it. Being selective about where we direct our energy means that we're able to bring our full, undivided attention to each task. When we're fully focused, we're more creative, efficient, and effective. The quality of our work improves because we're not mentally fragmented or drained by outside distractions. This commitment to excellence elevates our entire approach, allowing us to produce work that we're proud of and that speaks to our true potential. Protecting our energy in this way ensures that when we do engage, we're doing so at our very best, bringing our highest level of passion and skill to the table. Guarding our energy and focus also requires discipline and commitment to stay centered on our goals, even when the world around us tries to pull us off course. This discipline helps us develop a stronger sense of purpose and reinforces our ability to persevere. Each time we prioritize our focus, we reinforce our belief in the importance of our goal, solidifying our dedication. Over time, this discipline becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a foundation for success. It's no longer a struggle to stay focused, it becomes second nature, an unshakable commitment to ourselves. Finally, protecting our energy is an act of self-respect. When we decide to invest in our dreams without needing to seek approval, validation, or input from everyone around us, we're telling ourselves that our vision matters. We're saying that our dreams are worthy of our best efforts, our full attention, and our unwavering focus. This self-respect strengthens our resolve and deepens our connection to our purpose. It builds a well of energy that we can draw from, a source of inner strength that fuels us from within, making us resilient and determined to see our goals through to the end. In the end, guarding our energy and focus isn't about isolation. It's about nurturing the drive within us to achieve what matters most. It's about choosing to protect our dreams with the care they deserve, ensuring that every step we take is fueled by clarity, purpose, and unwavering dedication. When we do this, we unlock the power to make incredible things happen, grounded in the deep well of energy we've chosen to preserve and invest wisely. Staying true to your vision means holding on to the essence of your dream, even when it's tested, challenged, or questioned. It's a commitment to remain connected to your purpose, resisting the urge to change direction based on external pressures or passing trends. This connection to our vision is what keeps us moving forward, even when the path isn't clear or easy. Staying true to your vision isn't about rigidity, it's about dedication, resilience, and the courage to pursue what matters most, despite the many influences that might try to pull you away. One of the most essential aspects of staying true to your vision is deeply understanding why it matters to you. When you're clear on the purpose behind your goal, that understanding becomes a compass that guides your actions and decisions. It gives you clarity when the world around you is filled with noise and distractions. Knowing why your vision is important helps you to anchor yourself in times of doubt, reminding you of the meaning behind every step you take, and giving you the confidence to pursue it without wavering. Holding on to your vision also means creating boundaries that protect it. When we share our dreams with others, we open ourselves up to a flood of opinions, advice, and sometimes even criticism. While feedback can be helpful, it's important to remember that no one else fully understands your journey the way you do. Staying true to your vision means filtering what you hear, accepting only the insights that genuinely align with your values and goals. This doesn't mean closing yourself off from others, but rather knowing when to listen and when to trust your own instincts. By setting these boundaries, you're able to nurture your vision without letting it be shaped by the expectations of others. Sometimes staying true to your vision also requires patience. Progress may be slow, and there will be moments when it feels like you're not moving forward at all. It's easy in those times to start questioning whether your vision is worth it or to feel pressured to pivot just to see quicker results. But real progress, the kind that builds something meaningful and lasting, often takes time. By staying true to your vision, you allow yourself the space to grow at your own pace. You're not rushing to meet arbitrary milestones. Instead, you're focused on steady, authentic progress, trusting that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. There is a strength that comes from staying dedicated to your vision, even when it feels like others are moving faster or achieving more. In a society that often values speed and instant success, choosing to stay true to your unique path requires resilience. When you see others seemingly getting ahead, it's natural to feel tempted to change direction to catch up. But staying true to your vision means trusting that your path, however different or unconventional, is the right one for you. This trust is empowering because it allows you to celebrate your unique journey, free from comparison or competition. Staying true to your vision also involves embracing the challenges that come with it. Every meaningful pursuit will face obstacles, but these challenges are often the very things that help us grow. When we encounter setbacks, they test our commitment and help us strengthen our resolve. By facing these challenges head-on, we build resilience and adaptability, two qualities that make us more capable of achieving our vision. Each obstacle becomes a stepping stone, a reminder that our dedication is more powerful than any temporary setback. This perseverance adds depth to our journey, making the ultimate success even more fulfilling. Another important part of staying true to your vision is learning to adapt without losing sight of the bigger picture. While the core of your dream remains constant, the path to achieving it may shift as you grow and learn. Staying true to your vision doesn't mean refusing to change. Rather, it means being flexible in your approach while remaining steadfast in your purpose. This adaptability allows you to respond to new information and opportunities without compromising your values. It's a balance between openness to growth and unwavering commitment to what matters most. By embracing change thoughtfully, you keep your vision alive and vibrant, evolving it in ways that make it even stronger. Perhaps most importantly, staying true to your vision is an act of self-respect. It's a choice to honor your own dreams, values, and ambitions without feeling the need to compromise or conform. This self-respect fuels a quiet confidence, a belief in your ability to bring your vision to life on your own terms. When you respect your vision, others begin to respect it as well. People notice when someone is truly committed, and that authenticity draws support and admiration. But even more than external validation, this self-respect nurtures an inner peace, a sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you are living in alignment with your true self. In the end, staying true to your vision is about creating a life that feels meaningful to you. It's about pursuing something that resonates deeply within, something that aligns with who you are and what you believe. This commitment to your vision brings a sense of purpose that goes beyond any individual achievement. It becomes a lifelong journey of growth, discovery, and fulfillment. By staying true to your vision, you're not just working toward a goal, you're building a legacy that reflects your values, your passions, and the impact you want to make in the world. This is the power of staying true to your vision. It shapes not only what you achieve, but who you become. Surprising others with impact, rather than intention, is about focusing less on promises and more on results. It's about letting actions speak louder than words, allowing the work you do to be the statement of your commitment, creativity, and capability. In a world where talk is often valued over tangible outcomes, choosing to surprise others with impact is a powerful shift. It not only protects the integrity of your goals, but also sets you apart as someone who delivers results rather than simply discussing them. When you keep your intentions to yourself, you conserve the energy that might otherwise be spent on explaining or justifying your plans. Instead of announcing what you aim to accomplish, you channel that energy directly into the work itself. This approach creates a kind of focused momentum, allowing you to invest your full effort without the distractions of external validation or approval. Each action you take becomes a step towards something real and measurable, building a body of work that speaks for itself. In the end, your impact becomes undeniable because it's grounded in what you've actually achieved, not what you talked about doing. Choosing impact over intention also cultivates a sense of personal accountability. When you publicly declare your intentions, there's a subtle pressure to live up to others' expectations, and that pressure can sometimes distort your original purpose. But when you keep your intentions close and let your results be the only evidence of your ambition, you remain accountable to yourself above all else. This internal accountability is incredibly powerful because it's rooted in personal standards, not in meeting expectations set by others. It encourages you to measure success based on your own growth and progress, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment and pride in what you accomplish. By focusing on impact, you give yourself the freedom to experiment, adjust, and evolve without being confined to a fixed narrative. When you tell people what you plan to do, you might feel boxed in by that statement, even if you later discover a better way forward. But when you allow your results to be the only communication of your efforts, you're free to adapt as needed. This flexibility enables you to explore new ideas, refine your approach, and make course corrections, all without the pressure of staying true to a public declaration. As a result, you're able to grow in a way that feels natural and authentic, aligned with the evolving needs of your goal. Surprising others with impact rather than intention also fosters a sense of humility. It shifts the focus from seeking recognition to seeking results, allowing you to find satisfaction in the work itself rather than in how others perceive it. This humility strengthens your sense of purpose because you're not constantly seeking praise or acknowledgement. Instead, you're motivated by the impact you know your efforts can make, regardless of whether others are watching. This humility creates a grounded confidence, a quiet assurance that comes from knowing you're making a difference, even if it goes unnoticed. And when the results do become visible, the impact is often even more profound because it wasn't anticipated. There's also an element of surprise that comes from focusing on impact. When people don't know exactly what you're working on, they have no preconceived notions or expectations. This surprise factor can amplify the power of your achievements as they come as an unexpected revelation. Rather than following along with your journey in real time, others experience the full effect of your accomplishments all at once, which often leaves a more lasting impression. This surprise can be incredibly inspiring, showing others that real dedication and focus yield tangible results. It shifts their attention from what will they do to wow, look at what they've done. By choosing to surprise others with impact, you also create an environment where trust and respect are earned, not requested. Rather than asking for belief in your potential, you prove it through your results. This approach builds credibility in a way that words alone never could. When people see the impact of your work, they recognize the dedication and discipline behind it, and they come to trust in your ability to deliver. This earned trust is incredibly valuable because it's based on real achievements, not promises. People come to respect you not only for what you accomplish, but for the integrity and humility you demonstrate by letting your work speak for itself. Surprising others with impact also encourages a focus on quality over quantity. When you're not concerned with constantly updating others about what you're doing, you have the freedom to work deeply and carefully, ensuring that each action you take is meaningful and effective. This commitment to quality leads to more impactful results, as you're not rushing to create quick wins to meet external expectations. Instead, you're crafting something with lasting value, something that truly represents the best of what you're capable of. This focus on quality makes your work stand out, giving it a timeless appeal that resonates with others on a deeper level. In addition, focusing on impact rather than intention helps you develop a more resilient mindset. When your motivation comes from within, rather than from the approval or excitement of others, you become more adaptable to setbacks and challenges. You're not disheartened by temporary obstacles because your focus is on the end result, not on gaining immediate recognition. This resilience strengthens your commitment, allowing you to push through difficulties without being swayed by external doubts or disappointments. By staying focused on the impact you want to create, you build a mindset that's rooted in perseverance and determination. Ultimately, surprising others with impact rather than intention leads to a legacy that's both powerful and authentic. When people look back on what you've accomplished, they see a record of meaningful contributions rather than a trail of unfulfilled promises. Your legacy is built on substance, on the real difference you made rather than the intentions you shared. This authenticity gives your work a lasting significance, as it's not based on hype or anticipation, but on actual achievements. It inspires others by showing that real success isn't about saying what you'll do, it's about quietly, steadily making things happen. In the end, Choosing to surprise others with impact is a commitment to action, accountability, and humility. It's a choice to let your work be your statement, to let your results be the proof of your dedication and vision. This approach not only makes your journey more fulfilling, but also leaves a lasting impression on others, showing that true impact is created not by promises, but by the powerful, quiet momentum of consistent action. Resisting the need for validation is about finding strength and confidence within ourselves rather than relying on external approval. In a world where likes, comments, and opinions are readily available and often encouraged, breaking free from the need for validation can feel like an uphill battle. Yet resisting this need is one of the most empowering choices we can make. It allows us to live authentically, make decisions aligned with our values, and build a life rooted in self-trust rather than in the fleeting approval of others. When we seek validation, we often hand over a piece of our self-worth to others. Each time we look to someone else to affirm our choices, we reinforce the idea that our worth depends on their opinions. This creates a cycle where our confidence ebbs and flows based on how others react, leaving us vulnerable to their judgments and expectations. But when we resist the need for validation, we reclaim that power, anchoring our worth in something far more stable and reliable, our own beliefs, principles, and vision. We begin to define ourselves not by other standards, but by our own inner compass, which gives us the freedom to live more boldly and genuinely. Resisting validation also helps us make decisions that truly reflect who we are. When we're constantly seeking approval, we're more likely to make choices that align with what others expect of us rather than with what we genuinely want. This can lead to a life that feels disconnected from our true desires, one where we're living for others rather than for ourselves. But when we choose to focus inward, we're able to listen to our own needs, values, and dreams, making choices that are aligned with our authentic self. This authenticity not only feels more fulfilling, but also builds a sense of inner peace, as we're no longer trying to be something we're not. Another powerful aspect of resisting the need for validation is that it builds resilience. When we're reliant on external validation, we become vulnerable to criticism, rejection, and even indifference. Every negative comment or lack of recognition can feel like a blow to our self-esteem. But when we shift our focus away from others' opinions, we develop a thicker skin, learning to rely on our own sense of worth. This resilience gives us the strength to pursue our goals with conviction, undeterred by external negativity or setbacks. Instead of being shaken by every opinion, we're able to stay focused and grounded, moving forward with confidence in our own abilities. Resisting validation also fosters a deeper sense of self-awareness. When we stop looking outward for approval, we create the space to look inward, to understand our own motivations, desires, and fears. This self-awareness helps us understand what truly matters to us, separate from what others may want or expect. As we become more in tune with ourselves, we gain clarity about our goals and values, allowing us to pursue them with greater focus and purpose. This self-awareness is incredibly empowering because it gives us the insight needed to make choices that are fully aligned with who we are, leading to a life that feels deeply meaningful and true. Choosing to resist validation also means embracing the reality that not everyone will understand or support our choices, and that's okay. When we're focused on validation, we can become consumed by the need to explain, justify, or defend ourselves. But when we let go of this need, we accept that others don't have to agree with our path for it to be right for us. This acceptance is liberating, as it allows us to pursue our dreams without the constant pressure of needing others to approve. We're able to take risks, make unconventional choices, and explore new ideas, all without the fear of judgment holding us back. Another significant benefit of resisting the need for validation is that it cultivates inner peace. Constantly seeking approval creates an emotional roller coaster, where our mood and confidence fluctuate based on others' reactions. But when we stop looking for validation, we free ourselves from this cycle. Our sense of self becomes more stable, as it's no longer dependent on external factors. This inner stability brings a sense of calm and contentment, allowing us to enjoy the journey rather than constantly seeking approval along the way. We're able to focus on what truly matters to us, savoring our own growth and progress without needing others to notice or applaud. Resisting validation also strengthens our ability to take responsibility for our own happiness. When we rely on others for affirmation, we place our happiness in their hands, making it something that's often beyond our control. But when we find validation within, we reclaim that control. Our happiness becomes something we cultivate through our own actions, choices, and mindset. This shift in perspective is incredibly freeing, as it allows us to find fulfillment in our own journey, independent of how others react. We begin to take ownership of our happiness, recognizing that it's something we can create for ourselves, rather than something we need to seek from others. As we continue to resist the need for validation, we start to see the true power of self-acceptance. Validation often stems from a desire to feel accepted or valued by others, but when we learn to accept and value ourselves, that need begins to fade. Self-acceptance allows us to embrace our strengths and weaknesses, to acknowledge our imperfections without shame. This self-compassion makes us more resilient, as we're no longer seeking perfection but rather embracing who we are, flaws and all. It's a deep, abiding sense of self-worth that can't be shaken by external opinions, as it's rooted in our own understanding and appreciation of ourselves. Over time, resisting validation helps us build a life that's uniquely ours. We're no longer living according to others' expectations, but rather according to our own vision, values, and aspirations. This authenticity gives our life a sense of meaning and fulfillment that can't be found in external approval. It's a life that feels rich and rewarding, not because others applaud it, but because it aligns with who we truly are. We find ourselves drawn to people and experiences that resonate with our authentic self, creating relationships and opportunities that feel deeply nourishing and genuine. Ultimately, resisting the need for validation is a journey of self-liberation. It's a choice to break free from the constraints of others' expectations and to stand in our own truth. This journey isn't always easy, as it requires us to confront our fears, insecurities, and doubts. But with each step, we grow stronger, more confident, and more at peace. We begin to see that our worth isn't something others can define or take away. It's something we carry within us, something that grows as we learn to trust, accept, and love ourselves. This self-assurance becomes a source of lasting strength, allowing us to live with courage, purpose, and joy, independent of how others may perceive us.
Thank you.